Mr. Vice President and President of the Senate, distinguished colleagues. Mr. President of the Senate, my letter was quite simple. We thank the President for the provision of 70,000 jobs in the country. However, the letter is straightforward. The President informed the nation that in the year under review, there was 2025, 70,000 short and medium-term jobs were created. I'm not seeing the President lie. We thank the President. This communication is only asking the Ministry of of Labor, to come here and give us a breakdown of the 70,000 jobs. No. I'm giving 2 minutes. I enjoy my 2 minutes on our rules. So let the Minister of Labor come and tell us the 70,000 jobs we created in 2025. Here is the breakdown of the 20,000 jobs, of 70,000 jobs. It's, however, important to note that a few days ago, the Ministry of Information called a press conference and told the world that some of the data in the President's address was wrong. Yes, he said it. So this Senate or this legislature must have the courage, the spirit, and the balls to call on the President to either resubmit his report to this legislature. Right now, the spirit. Already, the official platform of the government has informed us that the President's report to the legislature was based on falsehood. That the information in there was wrong. So, tell her, man, get me to my job. I mean, the poor nobody he's like a scary squad, man. He's like you can't do that job, man. What you want your cherry squad? You got 15 more seconds. No problem, he's disturbing my 15 seconds. Mr. Presiding. Senator, please protect the speaker. So, Mr. Presiding, the document in our archive in the depository of this legislature delivered by the President is based on falsehood. That document must either be represented or the President must write up based on the information for the Ministry of Information that the President gave us the wrong information and sent us the correct information for our archive.
Thank you. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On the Assault Amendment Agreement, I would like to say thank you to the Joint Committee for a good job. Mr. President of the Senate, the Senate went further into working with the committee before the final report. I think we have adopted a formula that is helping with the way we handle the concessional agreements here. We took a week to scrutinize jointly after the Joint Committee work this agreement. We took into consideration the concerns of all of the counties within the Salamita area, Lima, Wong County, and Grand Bassa County. So we did give support to all of the counties. And I want to address the concern for Senator Togo. There was nothing done with this agreement. I think the issue has been the social infrastructure agreement. In the agreement, it says that after 90 days, the social infrastructure agreement for these 3 counties will be developed. And the counties are concerned about the plan and the benefits of the counties, especially what will be included in the agreement. So the Senate went as far as having joint meetings with IMCC and reaching out to the IMCC to Assalamita to get commitments. And we have commitment in our possession, which says that when it's time for the social infrastructure agreement. What we have in our commitment will be in our agreement. So it's before us, and I used to address the concern of Senator Jan Twain. Even with our engagement 2 days ago, we also succeeded in getting more support to the counties. For Grand Bassa County, we succeeded in getting additional $3 million to focus on 2 roads.
And so, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on location where you are joining us from this time. We'd like to say, welcome to BKS TV and welcome to the Heat Tower program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Tower, we say dialogue and our confrontation. We say words and bullet. This show has been relayed on Voice of BKS in Butu Town, Nima County, and also on Voice of Tapata in Tapata City, Nima County. The time is 9 o'clock in Liberia. I want to say welcome to the Heat Tower program here on BKS TV. My name is Junior Pin, your regular host of this program. And this program comes to you every Monday through Sunday, beginning at 9 o'clock p.m. and to 11 o'clock p.m. in Liberia. On today's edition of the show, we will be hosting Councillor Garrison Dode Yelu Jr., former representative of Electoral District 4, and a very strong supporter of the CDC, will be joining us here tonight on the show as we dive into the SONA. You know, the SONA was given a few days ago, but we're still into the discussion. We are still into the discussion of the SONA. And of course, another fresh or breaking development from Liberia again today is the House of Senate. The Senate concurred with the House of Representatives in extending Asila Mental Liberia MDA. This means Asila Mental Liberia will be in Liberia for the next 25 years. What that means to the Liberian people, what that means to the affected community, and what that means to we, the ordinary citizen. We'll also be diving deep into the Asila Mental Liberia MDA extension here tonight on the show. Still, of us, keep listening, keep sharing the show, invite somebody listening alongside you. But a couple of interesting news today, though. A couple of interesting news today from Liberia. As we said, we'll go into this entire SONA discussion. The major point from the SONA is the 70,000 job creation. Now, we have been trying to get our hands on that, and hopefully today I was sent something by Julius Jed from OKFM. That document will also be displayed here tonight on the show. He also posted that on his page. You can also go to check it out. And it's really disheartening. I have some little concern I will be diving into here tonight as the show goes on. The fact that the executive mansion released a statement that the president has some oversight during his State of the Nation address. Very, very important issue. We will be discussing a lot of them here tonight on the show. But with this issue of job creation, 70,000 job creation, it's so, I don't know which adjective I should use on it, but we got from 2005 to 2023 here. And there is also a document in my possession currently that indicates 2025. And this 2025, according to this document, 61,965 jobs were created instead of the 70,000. According to Julius Jett, when he reached out to the Minister of Information, Daniel Osando, he said, maybe there is an error and he will check it out to reach back to Julius for him to inform the public. We will be diving into this. Is this a lie or a truth? I'm not saying it's a lie, but the panelists will be joining me here very shortly on the show. We already have Mr. Sam Cyrus Palia in the back, the ANC man, 1% man. He got a parable that says, wherever the sun shines, there we hang our clothes. So he will be joining me here very shortly on the show. But again, a lot of concern have been raised, though. A lot of concern. Today, the president broke ground for a project. I want to get my hands on it. The Justice Complex He broke ground for the Justice Complex today. And Senator Nathaniel F. McGill of Maggie County raised some bit of concern, which is very important, calling to him if this project is actually something that will be implemented, who is funding the project? That's one of the questions that he asks. He also asks if this project is 20 million project. Have we already hired contractors for this project, or they have been approved already? That's another question that he raised today. He also spoke of if the project is implemented with 100% grant or donor funding that does not require legislative approval. That's a question, and a lot to happen. Now, just in case some of you don't know these things, the project in Foya, that project, serious concern were raised from the public. People ask questions, people try to insinuate it differently. The government had different statement about them. People came out to debunk those statements and all of that. And one of the major problems is that who approved the money for that project? Now we are having another project. We know that every budget is approved by the Senate or by the House of Representatives and concurred by the Senate. But again, Nathaniel Fallon McGill of Maggie County is saying this project didn't pass through the Senate. We will be diving into that here tonight on the show. And let's go to Nimba County. In Nimba, a lot of concern have been raised while the Nimba people are going with their 7 times trophy. Even though recently we had the former representative of Electoral District 8 here on the show, on Larry P. Yonkwa. He says Nimba has won that trophy 8 times instead of 7 times. So for me now, I would say we've won it 8 times. But again, Armstrong Selekpo is the executive director of the Nimba Education guy. He's also the senior political advisor to Honorable Musa Hassan Belete. And since the climax of the county meet, Armstrong has been raising serious legitimate concern from mine, and I would say legitimate concern when it comes to how the county social development funds are being used on the county sports steering committee. Today, he wrote this on his page about from the news on BKS TV page. If you want to know about this, go on BKS TV page. But I will read it on here before I bring Sam very shortly. It says financial accountability question raised over county sports funding in Nimba County. Ashon Kubaselapo, who is the executive director of the Nimba Education Guard and the senior political advisor to Honor Musa Hassan Belete, has raised serious questions regarding financial transparency in Nimba County sports and development funding. In a public statement directed at Nimba County Superintendent Carl M. Gono, Selako challenged the recurring justification of pre-financing by officials from Ganta City, particularly in relation to the alleged $200,000 taken from the social development funds for tournament-related activities. Now, if this $200,000, this alleged $200,000 is true, then we need to know what is going on. What happened to the money that were donated by other sons and daughters of the county? What happened to the money that was donated by Asylum Mental Liberia? What happened to the gate intake? All of these questions, Ashton raised it in his concern, in directed at the superintendent. All those questions, all of them. Let's try to bring Sam on, but tell us in the comment section where you're watching us from. You can also call us on the numbers you see on the screen. +250-795428947. You can call us on WhatsApp as we go on with the conversation here tonight. So you can be a part of those topic we'll be discussing. The major one is the SONA, another major topic. Is it actually 70,000 jobs or below 70,000? I listened to Mo Ali. on OKFM. He tried to justify them. Mr. Sam Saros Bali, good evening and welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, Chief?
How are you, Junior? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been quite a few days now.
But
welcome to
okay now.
Yeah, it's a bit okay. I would say that, but I'm using two computers at the same time right now, so I
Okay.
gotta be in the back to us. But welcome to the show. How you doing, Chief?
Well, I am doing wonderful. One day is life, there's a hope always.
Once there is life, there is hope always. I agree with that statement. Now, before we go to the discussion here tonight, let's hear you first. What's on your mind? Because I have a barrage of questions to ask you tonight on the show, from the 70,000 job creation to ArcelorMittal, Liberia MD extension, and all of that. Let's hear you.
Definitely.
Chief. What's
Well,
on your mind?
Junior, all I can say is that I am doing okay. What on my mind this evening is Liberia. Mama Liberia is all we have, and we're looking forward to seeing a better Liberia that we all can boast about one day. What is on my mind this evening is I want for President Baka to take a bold stand with the Liberia when it comes to economy, where we will be able to use our own Liberian dollar in the streets instead of US dollars is what on my mind at this point. I really want for Liberia to be better. Only Liberia money can develop Liberia. US dollars, the investors will come and pack it up and carry it to their countries. Only Liberian dollar will be good for Liberia.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. I definitely agree with you. Did you follow the speech of your political leader, the person you admire so much in the Liberian politics, Alexander
Yes,
Cumming?
I did, and he made some selling point, and those points. You know, the good thing about Ellis is that he just don't criticize.
That's
Um,
exactly that's exactly the point that I was coming to, and the point I wanted for you to stress. That's it there.
yeah, he just don't criticize. He always point out a way forward. He's not like one of those people who will criticize the government just for the government to fail. You know, I just like his style of leadership. He always um, provides a way forward. You know, so with that mindset, that's what I like. I like about him. But like I told you the last time, Junior, I am not a member of the ANC, but I just admire Alexander Kumi with a leadership style. I mean, his leadership style is the one that I like. So with that being said, I think he addressed Lesona carefully, and he made some good points that if the government will utilize it at some point in time, it will be good for our country.
I mean, with that kind of politicking in Liberia, he's somebody that we all need to look up to. You don't just criticize because you love the country. There are a lot of politicians in Liberia that I know, people who are in opposition that I know, they want to watch the government fail. Then they
Right,
will have a point to come back. But Alexander Kumi, if you listen to his speech, if you listen to his a reporter speech that he made, and then you compare it to the other, I'm not saying the other opposition political party speech were bad, but if you compare them, you get to know that Alexander Kumi didn't just raise those issues; he gave an alternative to them.
right,
He gave a recommendation to the government. He says,
right,
"This is what we can do. Instead of us doing this, let's do this and try."
right.
Now, this is not what I call opposition. This is what I call someone who loves his country to the depth of his heart.
Definitely.
You know, it's not just criticizing the government. We
No,
we Liberians, that's one thing that I know about us. We criticize a lot, but we don't give solution to these criticism that we do. We
right,
just sit and say, hey, this thing is wrong, this thing is bad, but we're not giving, exact, recommendation or solution to this problem. But when you listen to the speech of Alexander Cummings, you get to know that he's giving an alternative to these things. And I want to call on the government, even if you believe this man is in opposition, try to use some of the senses that he brought. He's not speaking like any other politician, any other opposition.
Definitely.
Try to listen to those things that he said, and at least take some key from there. Try to implement them. Not let people who will say, "Okay, we have the idea," we will sit behind, and when they feel, we go there with that idea and try to work on it. Now, what you will see happening is that if the idea that Alexander Kumi has put forth, if it doesn't work under this administration, it gave him the chance to, reintroduce another thing or come up with another idea that would better the Liberian people.
Mhm.
So I give it up to him. I mean, he did extremely well.
So, Junior, I think part of Alice's idea, I'm just guessing here. I think he's not one of those poor politicians in Liberia. He's a guy who got a little bit of money. I think most of the politicians in Liberia who speak on the other side, like speak for the government to fail. I think their idea is because they want to come back to power and enrich themselves. So Ellis is not one of those people. Ellis has lived his life. Um, he got some, not yet. And he got a little bit of cash, and he doesn't really focus on government feeling. Ellis believes in Liberia, and he wants for. Oh, okay. I think I'm seeing it now. He wants for Liberia to really be a good country, so that people can have opportunity to get job and live a better life. So I think that his idea of politics, not like other folks who would say, why let the government feel so we can be able to take power and be able to make money for themselves and put money in their pockets. How much can one person earn in a country like Liberia? Some people living and they having millions and millions of dollars. Just and Junior, when this is the thing, and when you count the millionaires in Liberia, let me use some little bit of strong word. I know I'll get beat up by this. So-called millionaires in Liberia. Tell me one that are not really working in government. Maybe with the exception of Nima County millionaire from Frotoman. Maybe one or two or three millionaires in Liberia that are not working government, but bulk of them are working government. And how do they earn their money? Can a Liberia really pay you the pay that you get from Liberia? Can it really make you a millionaire in Liberia? That is question that we all of us as patriotic citizens yet to answer. But at this point, Ellis is not like that. Ellis has lived his life and he just wants better Liberia.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. Ellis, even after politics, after campaign, he's not like the other people. I must agree with you. I'm not being anyway sentimental here tonight to Alex. I'm just saying the reality here. I mean, I've not seen him that way before, but with the address he gave after the SONA, I definitely believe that he's a leader that we all should watch out for in Liberia when it comes to changing the dynamic of Liberian politics. I definitely agree with that. Somebody who gave advice to someone and expect that person to take in that advice also is expected to take advice from other people. So I'm very optimistic that if one day he shall be given the opportunity to serve in Liberia, he will listen to opposition. He will not just want criticism, but he will call on people to bring forth ideas that will build Liberia as a country. Now, while we are with the other panelists to join us, Mr. Sam, today the Liberian Senate concurred with the House of Representatives in extending ArcelorMittal Liberia MDA. That means they have given them 25 years. No doubt about it. Nothing about it. And the lead campaigner for ArcelorMittal compliance in Liberia has been Senator Yan Twine of Nima County.
Right.
Today, Senator Yan Twine didn't vote yes, he didn't vote no, but he abstained. This means that he abstained in legislative politics. From what I know is you have little or no idea of the discussion ongoing and you got no interest in it. So you abstain from that discussion and watch your colleagues carry on the debate. But if you want to vote yes or no, then you give a reason why you are voting yes. You give a reason why you are voting no on the record.
Okay.
Senator Yan Twine, who has been the lead advocate for this, he didn't vote yes, he didn't vote no, but he abstained. Now, after the passage of that extension, he had this to say to the media. I want us to play it, and we come back. We can have our 1 or 2 cents on it before we go to the next discussion. Bear with me, and let's go for that.
Okay.
All right. I think I have it here. A lot happened in Liberia today, Mr. Sam. We were told about the Ministry of Bread and Butter, your sister from the
Junior, I beg you, man.
yeah, a lot happened today in Liberia, a lot. So we're going to the Bread and Butter Ministry. We will go to that. So let's go for this break. We'll be right back. Still with us.
Oh, God.
I think I'm having the wrong clip. Let me try to get it right one here. Yeah, we got a Ministry of Bread and Butter in Liberia. I don't know whether that means. Okay, folks, still with us. We go for this breaks in the Nyantwa, and after that, we go to the ArcelorMittal Liberia MD extension. Is this right for us or wrong? We'll be discussing it very shortly.
Senator on concession compliance over the past 2 years. ArcelorMittal Liberia has a documented record of non-compliance with key obligations.
It is time to welcome all of you to this media engagement that will be addressed by Geneva County Senator Jan P. Twine Jr. This conference is centered on the passage, as you may be aware, the Senate concurred today on the ArcelorMittal agreement, following the passage of that agreement by the House of Representatives. So Senator Twine will respond to the concurrence of the Senate. Senator, welcome to the media.
Thank you. You know, ladies and gentlemen of the media, it is important today to address the media on the passage of the third amendment of the ArcelorMittal agreement. As you can recall, since I took office 2 years ago, we have been on a mission for compliance of the MDA of Mittal, and we've been very robust during these negotiation period of the third amendment. On the proposed third amendment to the ArcelorMittal Mineral Development Agreement was not motivated by malice, hostility to investment, or opposition to economic growth. It was guided by history, evidence, and my responsibility as lead senator on concession compliance over the past 2 years. ArcelorMittal Liberia has a documented record of non-compliance with key obligations under the existing MDA, particularly with respect to social commitments to affected communities. That history cannot be ignored simply with implementation of all clauses and commitments in the agreement. During discussion following passage of the amendment by the House of Representatives, sustained advocacy from my office and other colleagues produced tangible outcomes in the interest of the people of Liberia, especially the people of Nimba. Through this process, the Interministerial Committee on Concession and ArcelorMittal agreed to correct several critical omissions and weaknesses in the proposed amendment. These include explicit social benefit commitments such as the pavement. Let me start over. Through this process, the Interministerial Committee on Concession and ArcelorMittal agreed to correct several omissions and weaknesses in the proposed amendment. These include social benefit commitments such as the pavement of the second part of Yigipa Road, improvements and upgrade to roads within the concession area, construction and maintenance of bridges and enhanced investment in clinics and schools within the affected communities. Our advocacy from day one of taking office also compelled renegotiation by the government to gain financial terms within the agreement. These efforts resulted in a $200 million signature fee, an increase in annual money lesson from 50,000 flat fee to 500,000 United States dollars per annum, an increased social development contribution to the 3 counties from $3 million to $5 million annually. These are not symbolic gains. They are material improvements secured through persistent scrutiny and our policy advocacy. Further, we insisted on the proper consolidation and restatement of the existing MDA and the third amendment, including the insertion of clear termination and revision clauses, provisions that will have allowed automatic extension of the concession after 25 years were removed and replaced with language subjecting any renewal to legislative ratification. The constitutional role of the legislature and protects the long-term interests of the state. Importantly, the IMCC and ArcelorMittal acknowledge clerical and substantive errors in the amendment presented to us, including the omission of Nimba County from the social obligation provisions. And that is very important. They acknowledge that. We demanded and received written commitments, including attached correspondence from both the executive and ArcelorMittal, confirming that these obligations will be corrected and implemented, even though we are still skeptical. Despite these advances and improvements, ladies and gentlemen of the press, the people of Nimba and Liberia, I did not vote yes in favor of the amendment. However, voting no would have suggested that we did not make any progress given the controversial depth from which we took this amendment from to this amicable stage with our persistent advocacy. It would have also undermined the technical changes and economic dividends our advocacy was able to achieve as outlined previously. Abstention was necessary because commitments on paper do not erase years of unmet promises. Trust must be rebuilt through performance, not assurances. We are committed to work along these lines with the IMCC and ArcelorMittal. I assure the people of Nimba today and the people of Liberia at large.
Now, I think that's the part that I wanted you to get. First of all, the senator have already said it, that ArcelorMittal Liberia have not been in compliance with the past MDA. For me, if I were any of those senators or representatives, I wouldn't have voted. Not to justify whether I voted yes or no. If I have a grounds to believe that this is the right thing, I must do it. I mean, come on, man. How many times as a man, how many times will you die? You die once. You're not going to die 2 times. You were elected by the people to represent the people. But with the way our guys in Nimba County behave when it comes to this ArcelorMittal Liberia MDA extension, I'm quite disappointed in them. We've been crying that we needed young folks to lead. The House of Representatives of Nimba, the caucus from Nimba, is overcrowded with young people. You got Nekia Give, very educated guy. You got Representative District 4, Ernest Massive, very educated guy, came from the background of engineering, the geology background, with vast knowledge on mining. You got Representative Tai Wongbe, who came from the background of business, I would say so. You got Nyan Flomo from District 2. And all of these brilliant young folks from Nimba, those guys sit there. It's not like they are stranger to Nimba County, not like they are stranger to ArcelorMittal Liberia operation, but they know ArcelorMittal in and out. Why would it take for You know, when you get somebody hand in your mouth, you don't release it and say go, and after I will come take it, put it in my mouth. No, you can't do that. Now you already give the people extension. 25 years from now, you will have nothing left again in Nima to boast of called natural resources. You will got nothing left. But you gave those people 25 years without anything tangible to boast of. 25 years. I will stop here for now and let's have an interactive conversation, Mr. Sam, while the other people are still away to join us. Let's hear
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. No, thank you, Junior. Again, it's pathetic. Every time I think about Liberia politics, it's just crazy. Crazy for the fact that I think people are in it for the pockets. For the pockets. Because the election is coming, therefore they want to get something to put in their pocket and contest for the next elections. But I don't think it's about serving your nation. I listened to Yan Toyin. His comments are genuine, but as a man, I mean, listen, you already in it. He said he didn't vote no or he didn't vote yes. So yeah, why couldn't you put yourself on the record? Just vote no. Let the world know you, that you stand for your advocacy. If voting no would make no difference, that's okay. At least it will be on the record that Yan Toyin said no. Okay? But again, it comes down to what goes in my pocket. Leadership is not all about what goes into your pocket. When you look back, you think about the next generation to come. Will they have a better life if President Mata is not behaving? I think there's a lot to President Mata contra. I think living in the US, a little bit of my research, I think Behance is in this thing. So the pressure can be on some people to vote. The pressure can be on the government to rectify the deal. So no matter what it is, it's tough. But it takes courage. And one thing I observed in Liberia is once enough from the other county, they don't care too much. Saturday, I was looking at Emmanuel Kotu video. I'm diverting a little bit here. The video yesterday between River G, is that River? No, Riverside and Grand Kidman, I believe. Junior and the people, the lodging company over there, carrying those beautiful, beautiful lodge. And the whole place looked like nowhere. The big forest, the road, the bridge over the Kavala River. Junior, when you look at it, you want to cry. And nothing has been done. They got senator representatives then from Riverside, Grand Kidman County. I don't know what they are doing. I think people need to stand up. They need to have a board to stand up and say, this is our country no matter why. If you will kill me, kill me. But this is how we would do it. Is that patriotism in Liberia in the People's House of Representatives, in the House of Representatives? Is it patriotism in the House of Senate? They need to stand up and start thinking about this election that are not even, can you imagine up to now, some people thinking about 2029. 2029 has not come yet. Do your part. Let 2029 come and meet you. If you do well, The citizen will not forget you, but why so much worry about 2029 that not come yet? So what is happening in our country is pathetic. There's no other way that I can put it. But Nyan Twain, he did well. At the end of the day, he said yes thing. Why he did that? Let him put himself on the record. Yes, I voted no. Then he voted, he want to justify. No, there's no justification. As a man, when you stand up for something, stand up for it. And say, yes, during this day, I did this. Let the world remember you. Thank you, Junior.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Councillor Garrison Doda Yelu Jr. Good evening and welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, Chief?
I'm doing good, Junior, and Sam, it's good seeing you here today, man. Been a while. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you, my brother.
Are you sure you are doing okay after what happened last night? Council? What happened? Why did the
Man, we still qualified, man. It was frustrating, though. I said, you said,
go ahead.
my man, football, like Josiah Johnson once said, football is a biscuit where you expect to break your home. But obviously, I can clearly tell you that I was disappointed. I was frustrated. And I could not go even down. Let's say after the game, I had those to sleep because all my picking there, the kids in the yard, they can be waiting for me to go analyze the game, but I couldn't go to analyze the game. So it was not a good day for me. But I'll be able to still qualify because if they will get Benfica by, we'll teach them a lesson. Then what make a Real Madrid.
No worries. But you know, the boys too, they can play. So, and I blame Real Madrid. But letting a goalkeeper to leave from his pole where he's situated to come
You
here.
getting me? Junior?
I'm hearing you. Are you hearing me? Sam?
Yes.
Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you. I think Garrison is kind of losing.
Are you hearing us?
I think he's losing us.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah, I'm getting you clear.
Okay, great. Now, before the network start tripping, let's go to the core of the discussion here tonight. Before we go to this Sona thing, you sat on the show here a few
Yeah,
weeks
I'm getting
back.
yeah, good now.
I think you're having a delay, so that's why.
Now, can you hear me now?
It's having a delay. The internet system like sometimes crazy.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But
So, Councillor, a few weeks back when he appeared on this show,
Yeah.
Councillor, is it possible that you can drop and rejoin us because it seems like we are coming in a bit slower from your end?
But you're not getting me. I'm getting you clear though.
We are hearing you.
Then let's move forward.
So now, can you hear me? Okay, great. So
Yeah.
I think it would be better you rejoin us so that we can have a wonderful conversation. The last time Councillor Yeri joined us on the show here, he accurately predicted the ArcelorMittal Liberia MDA thing. And fortunately, he was here with Senator Nyan Twain. You know, he predicted whatever that will happen, he said it on the show.
Yeah.
And people didn't believe him. Now everything have come to reality. One of the things that I just still cannot believe in the MDA ratification is that looking at NIMA and leaving them out in the social corporate developments. There is no road construction in the MDA for NIMA. There is no clinic construction or hospital construction. There is no technical school. And for those of you who don't know, the VTC in Yekepa was built by LAMCO, not ArcelorMittal Liberia. So all of these things were not captured. And the NIMA lawmakers saw that, but they instead turned blind eyes on it and wrote a communication to the executive, and then Mental came and signed on it according to them. Now, which one should we consider here as the valid document? You got a real contract, but you couldn't enshrine these things within a contract. And you wrote another separate document You expect ArcelorMittal Liberia to comply with that document and leave the MDA? This is horrible. It is horrible. It is unexplainable. And I can tell you for free that few years from now, if Nimbadians, young people, are not seeing real impact of ArcelorMittal Liberia, there will be a saga more than the Zuluwi saga we saw in 2014.
Yes, Junior, it's some of those things. Again, Liberia, Liberians need to understand this. If I'm not from Nimba, do I really care? No.
So let me hold you there a bit. Council, are you hearing us now?
Yes, sure.
Okay, great. Sam, we're going to come back to you before the council draft. Let's hit him with all of our questions, then we can start our real discussion. We stay. Now, Council, the last time you appeared on the show, you accurately predicted the ArcelorMittal Liberia MDA extension how it was going to go. And from my perspective, I think you predicted that very accurately. Today, the House of Senate concurred with the House of Representatives. Tell us what we need to know after this concurrence.
But Gian, we discussed the issue. Also, look like we said this before. It was a showmanship they were on. Nothing was going to change. NEMA had been broadly rocked because the Senate concurred without even a single amendment. Because when you amend, it will go to conference committee. So the fact that they just concur, it finished. And then I mean, remind you, I told you something. I said when they concur with the House of Representatives, they will recast the budget. And when you listen to the president in his State of the Nation address on Monday, he said they were trying to see how they can recast the budget. And you know what they did smartly? They put most of the money in contingency. So it will be left with President Bouaka and his local brothers to decide whatsoever they want to do with our money. The sad truth is, you got 50 million in that money going to local candidate for the Menekoma road from Sierra Leone way. 50 million. But the road from Sekepie to Doguato, from Sekepie to Kample is not faced. The road from Bound to Butu is not faced. The road from Sekepie to Gleiziopi is not faced. To even Zikepa, that have been voted as a country new capital, they could be paving that road now. You get 200 million, but you gave in NEMA 6.1 million from 200 million. But the mountain is coming from NEMA. The mountain is in NEMA. Not just that mountains. All the other mountains around, the one that in Zor, around Yamen, something called area there, they all been given and turned over to Metal Steel. You mortgage the children's future, they got nothing, and then you come back, you say, oh, we get something better. Look at the agreement that the Senate concurring with. The first thing in our agreement, Metal Steel will get scholarship in public school. Do we really need scholarship in public university in this country when former President Joe Ware declared it free of charge? Then he said he gave the children scholarship. When you come from there, the next thing you'll be doing, you say the children should go work for you. They should go work for you. Then the other thing is, if Metal Steel does not pay, does not enforce, lay by the agreement, all you have to do is to fund them. So technically, Metal Steel would prefer not to spend 50 million from San Nicolas to Yekepa and pay 100,000 fine. Now the agreement they gave us, nothing you can tie them by. Absolutely. And what we say today, that politics aside, I have been saying the thing repeatedly over and over, that when it comes to NEMA, let's be sincere about it. For a president of a country to allow another president to get 30 million costs and say, I want nothing to be signed, and then it be signed. Look, we playing fun with this country. We are playing fun, and when people talk, they say, oh, they put their opposition. If we're not talking about opposition. Look, Junior, I was born as a Nimbanian before we formed political party. I was not born as a member of the party of that party, but I was born as a Nimbanian. So when we're talking NEMA business, we're not talking party business. Every Sunday, every Saturday, every Sunday to my house, All the Nima boys are coming here that are chipping in with their school fees, helping them to pay house rent, doing they want. I'm not doing it because I want to do so, but I'm doing it because they are our brothers and sisters. The Nima people that will represent them free of charge in all of the coasts in the country. We're not doing it because we want to just get money. No, we're doing it because we want to give back to our communities. So when there will be something that will cripple the future generation, that tomorrow you, me, and Mr. Badi will be asked, what did you do? And when we speak, they say they put their opposition. When Nima speaks now, they say Nima get a vice presidency. But Lofa get the presidency, they're taking off. And it's not cash in stone that because you vice president means you are automatically, you are president. Liberian history have not proven most vice president to be president in this country. So let's secure what we have first. When the opportunity is given, that one no problem. But what we have now is the mountain. 200 million is coming for signature bonus. We're getting nothing from them. Grand Bassa, they put 2 more million there for Grand Bassa. And they also get 4 more million in our MDA. So for now, or 200 million, Bassa alone is getting close to 8 million. But the place where the mineral is from, they give us 6 million, while Bassa getting 8 million. Lofa can't say keeping their Wologisi, but Lofa alone for 200 million, Lofa alone get almost 62 million. If you look at the different money they put onto Lofa County, they got 62 million. Then Nimba is getting 6 million. Is it not an insult? It's an insult.
Council,
you sit in this country and allow people to just walk away free. Look at the thing about the MDA. It was
Are you there, Council? Councilor Yidu, are you there? Sam, are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
I don't know what is happening to the council internet. Let's welcome to the show, Pastor Success.
I'm here. Yeah, getting you. What you saying?
Okay, great. Now, this whole thing of Grand Bassa having the highest money, Lofa County allocation is going there and all of that. The representative from Nima, those guys have been justifying the reason why they voted for the MDA extension. The one from Electoral District 4, the district where you hail from, Honor Ernest Marcia, has justified a lot of good things within this MDA. And they have been classifying you people who are giving opposing view to this MDA. They are saying your views are all political views. How do the public, balance these two statements of we don't have a lot in the MDA as Nibarians and the representative who are elected saying we have a lot? How do we balance these two statements?
The first thing is that, Junior, do you have to be a rocket? Yeah. Are you getting me?
Yes. Go ahead, Chief.
Do you have to be a rocket scientist to know that we are robbed? You have 200 million. 200 millions. In that 200 millions, Lofa County that got nothing to do with the mountain, they are taking almost 60 million. Then the representative from district number 4 say that go MDA. They're going to use 50 million to pave the road from when they come on to Lofa County, to Sierra Leone way there. It's good for us. Whereas the road from Secretary passing to a own district going to Campley is not paved. The road from Secretary going to Zikepa is not paved. The road from Bam going to Butu is not paved. But you're taking 60 million. Reverse it there, brother, reverse it. And say today you have Wologisi. And you have the MDA for Wologisi. Tell me why the Lufion will sit down there for even money to go to Nima County. Let me tell you another side of story there. Do you know what the place name? Kolahun. They get 1 million out of Kolahun for that 200 million. Go to the appendix in the budget. Go to the last pages in the budget. It's there. The breakdown of the 200 million. GW Harley Hospital. That the twin trap party in the area, they're killing our people. People who get pressure to go on when they are admitted and the twin passing with that four, people dying there every day. They could not even take 3 or 4 million to relocate GW Harley for that money. What kind of agreement you say if the mayor does not live up to the agreement? The only thing you can do is to fine him. We don't need farm, we need development. Because the farm does not commensurate with the development money. For instance, to pave the road from Sandy Quarter to Yekepa, you need not less than 50 million. You need not less than 50 million. But if you farm Metalsea 100,000 every year, they will pay. They will pay. Metalsea will prefer to pay the 100,000 or 150,000 farm than to face that role. So all of us it's not politics we're talking here. And watch me, just watch what I'm saying to you. Like I told you the last time, those guys, yes, we know they were in task to pass the MDA, but trust me, it will harm them. Because as soon once the president signed into law, Metalsea will be disgruntled. It will not listen to them because they have agreement. And you cannot touch them now. When even all the lawmakers.
Okay, Junior, I think you can sometimes stop in so we can ask questions because
Yeah, we definitely do that when he
one person
returns.
can't talk more than 10 minutes. It can be too tiring.
Yeah, let him rejoin us, and we are definitely going to do that. Now, this whole thing about I think he's here.
He's still here trying to connect.
Okay, Council, welcome back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
I think
most of
Council.
those guys then they will, they will tell you it's good because right now it is them. But the opportunity that they have now, it will have been the biggest opportunity for their re-election. I should lie to you. The first thing, you say the railroad for Metalsea, if for other company will use the railroad. But we're going to have the control over the railroad to schedule how train move, how train comes in. Now Metalsea for the next 5 years. So it still means that Metalsea is the landlord and they control the rail. No new thing.
Thank you.
You get
Thank
a
you,
5
Council.
year up to 2031 before you will even be involved. They will control it. They do their own scheduling. You get your horse, you pay your horse, and you put your place in fence. But they say before you enter, the man who renting the place must give you access first. If the man say no, you will not enter your own place. That's what they're telling us in Nima.
Council,
The people telling you and myself. I will give you 500 in scholarship, 500,000 in scholarship. But when they're giving a scholarship, most of the scholarship is in public universities. Do we really pay school fees?
Council, you do network.
They need to get some. Bro, I don't know. It's just
Terrible. It's terrible. It's really, really terrible. So when we come back, we will give you guys the opportunity to ask two questions on this topic, and after that we'll go to the SONA thing. And just to inform you, the Minister of Information, Daniel Sando, when he was giving his briefing on Tuesday, he said there was some misquotation in the president's speech regarding the roads, rehabilitation or reconstruction or road pavement in the country, and they take full responsibility of that. I've been seeing justification on that. I've been seeing people defending that. I've been seeing people saying this is what a responsible government can do. But I got a different say on it. Mr. Sam, let's hear you while we stay with the guests.
Oh, which one? About the MDA?
You can go to the MDA. We'll go to the SONA very shortly, but let's hear you on the MDA.
Well, Garrison was saying some figure goes to Lofa, some figure goes to Grand Bassa, and lower figure comes to Nimba. Junior, that what I wanted to ask you, if all the lawmakers in Nimba County would have said no to the NDA, would that make a difference? Because he talked about 3-minute phone call came in and they say, you guys, it should be done, it should be done. Would that make a difference if all the Nimba lawmakers had said no? That's a question I wanted to ask him. But Junior, we are still, when you live in certain country, I won't be too deep here, so I'm still somewhere here. When you live in certain country, you understand the dynamic of what is going on when it comes to decision making in other countries.
Okay. Mr. Sam is here, so you can ask him the question, and he can answer from.
Garrison, can you hear us? Mr. Yu?
The network is terrible tonight. Very, very terrible.
Yes, sir.
You can hear all right?
I'm hearing you, sir.
Thank you. My question to you, right? I know you said Lofa.
I'm hearing you, Sim. Go ahead.
And yeah, that's why I'm trying to ask you a question. You said that Lofa carries certain amount of money. Buchanan carries certain. Grand Bassa carries certain amount of money, and Nimba County carry lower. My question to you: would that make a difference if Nimba County, all the lawmakers from Nimba County would have voted no? Would that make a difference?
Councilor Yedu, are you there?
Nice. It's just struggling with the internet. But Junior, when you live in a country that certain people live, decision-making process is tough. I believe some of those things we can be discussing, it's just something that we just had to discuss. But some of the decisions that government make in Liberia, it's not by their own will. Somebody sitting down somewhere will make a phone call, maybe in the night, and say, hey, it should go this way. No matter what it is, it had to go that way. And it's because we still believe that without them, we can't live. I'm speaking some kind of way here. Okay? That's what most of the things that are going on in Liberia is unfortunate. It's pathetic. And it goes the way it goes sometimes. But with the particular mental steel deal, the decision was not made by those local lawmakers. What they had to offer? Nothing. Somebody say, hey, man, let's go ahead and do this thing for me. It's done. Everything we're talking about here is behind the scene conversation. When it's done, it's done. It's sad that it happens that way. But we need to sometimes take, like what I told you the last time, Joseph Braga is the best person to make some best decision in our country. And the best, when I use the word best, I'm referring to his age, the play he's in the presidency. I believe maybe he might not go for rerun. Okay. Now he can't, he should have the ball to say, you know what, at this point, this point of my life, I will make this decision and I will stand by it. But our country is so crazy too. Sometimes you might have the intent to do a good thing, but it's isn't there to support you because everybody wants to be seen as a good shepherd and stuff. So they will just be doing whatever they do. It's not one of those countries that loyalty comes first. Liberia is a place where you, as a president, and you want to make a strong decision, take a good decision. You got a so-called opposition lobbying somewhere to remove you from power. Liberia needs to understand we are a country on our own. We are not a stepchild to another country. So I will stay right there. I don't want to go too deep and get into some trouble, but it's okay.
Thank you.
You
I
scared,
definitely.
you scared of trouble?
I
You scared of trouble?
No, I'm not scared of trouble, but I gotta carefully select my words.
I definitely understand the point you're coming from. And if I could help to answer the question as to whether if the 11 lawmakers on NEMA wouldn't have voted for that MDA, what would have been the difference? For me, in my opinion, I think the difference would have been they stood their grounds and history would have judged them the right way. But they didn't. You know, if you are a landlord to somebody and you are not satisfied with that person being in your house, let's say you guys are two that owning a house and one person who is not really the landlord, let's say the person got 30% share in our house and you that get 70% share. If you say no to that rentage and the 30% share owner go ahead and sign that contract, the tenant will be very scared to operate, no matter what. So Sim just go to Asylum in Liberia. If the other lawmakers accept and those on NEMA stand their ground, people know Nemarians to be brave people. If they stood their grounds, if they would have stood their grounds, I don't think the executive would have gone on with that kind of MDA. Nothing in the MDA for us, Sam. You cannot give a flat rate to a counties that are affected, and then your income keep increasing. Even those that do fiscal law, they will tell you that. No. Progressive tax. When the taxable income increases, when the tax base increases, the taxable income increase. You cannot give people 5 million while you're saying in the next year you take 30 million metric ton of iron ore, then you say you keep giving up 5 million. When you are taking 15 million, you give up 5 million. But you're taking 30 million, you still giving up 5 million. You go ahead and take 50 million, you still give up 5 million. What's the benefit? What are we getting? It's horrible. On everything UP Live, Pastor Success AB Dennis. Welcome. Let's hear you, Chief.
Thank you, sir. And again, thank you to my comrades, my fellow panelists on, and our fellow listeners around the globe. It's good being here again tonight or this evening. I kind of want to differ a little bit with my brother Sam when he said, "What would they do if they had nothing to do? Then they shouldn't have been elected to vote. Then there should be no lawmaker in the country. If they had nothing to do, then there should be no lawmaker in the country." This idea of, oh, America say, Europe say, Asia say, quote unquote, the Westerners say, so we have no option, our hands are tied. This is a fiasco. This is a fiasco. All right? This is a fiasco. Other countries rejected them. And today they're still living and surviving. They are getting more better than we are. So the mindset of because America said this or Europe said this, and so our hands are tied. I don't subscribe to this ideology. I think they are bookers. They should not be listening to. So if they had nothing to do, why would some of them? Abstain? Why you will not try abstain? Democratically abstaining me, and I agree. That was abstaining directly that way, because they will never count your vote as a winning vote. What abstain does is that it jeopardizes the team that in the majority. So if you need a 50 vote, and we in the hall we maybe 100, right? For the essay, yes. For the essay, yes. For the essay, yes. And there's one person say I abstain. They will not say anybody. Nobody wins because there is an extinction. So the fact that he abstained, he indirectly saying no. But out of declaration, I just come out directly to say no, because he been one of the person that been very vocal of the MDA of late in Nima County. He have had town hall meeting. He opposed when his colleagues clandestinely and Nicodemously visited Asila Meta instead of inviting Asila Meta under their jurisdiction. They went to Asila Meta to discuss issue. He had issue here. Why at this junction that he had to abstain? But let me say this. Look, some of us will not bite our tongue or will not meet our words. this government called the Unity Party came to rob Nima County of everything. Send the exception of this government. Why has Nima County benefited? And let me say this to you. These guys know that the Senate is a rubber stamp Senate. They knew that the House of Rep could have been a house of a check and balance. So because they wanted all of that clandestinity on the 5G approval rather, they fought for nothing and remove it. And bought some of the home lawmakers that would really critique where and sent to that house, they bought them over. So today, whoever entered the house on the floor of that House of Representatives, so long in the interest of the quote-unquote few executives, those guys don't think about the rest of the country. They go and pass it. All right? They go and pass it. And that's what they did with the MDA. All right? Passing a major national instrument of such on darkness, no light. They using flat phone touch that to pass such a major national instrument. Are these serious people? Are these kind of people serious people? And that's why I hate to hear when people tell, oh, vice president from Nima. No, I don't want to use some words here, but let vice president go sleep. To be honest, if we have a vice president who mean well for Nima County, presiding over the Senate, MDA will not pass. It will not pass. People presiding have influence. They got lobbied or jurisdiction. All right? But they all sat over there and allowed the NDA to go. It went not because of being spoke. It went because all of them are rubber stamp representatives. They are in the pocket of the executive. They will get a brown envelope and they don't care about what happened. They don't care. And if care is not taken, it will not only be Nima alone. This guy will deplete the Bureau Reserve before they leave power. The next target now is the Putu Mountain. We heard the other day, one of the representatives from something on the floor for the Putu Mountain is on a review. All right? People have to be serious or Sam and Jay. People have to be serious. Okay? So this guy don't mean well for the country. It's not about being spoke or America spoke. Same way, for the calling in America spoke or US spoke or Canada spoke. Allah. We should not allow the Western need that their own greed got them to do what they did.
Thank you very much. Sam, do you have something short to say to that before we go to the next topic?
Well, I think UP last is kind of a little bit off track when it comes to saying the government. I'm not defending the government. I'm not a spokesperson for the government. But the fact is that the executive has their own duty to do. The legislature has their own function to function. But they would have done it in a different way, thinking if they really love that, there where the word patriotism comes to place. Do they really love their country? Are they patriotic to Liberia? The problem with our country again is I must get it and put it in my pocket so my family and myself can live better. That's what's happening in our nation. There are certain decisions that the country can take together and say, you know what, no matter what it is, we will stick together as a country. But not in Liberia, and which is too sad for the nation. Because, and Junior, the example that I will give you is when the current president of this country said nobody, I mean, over 72, I think 70 or I mean, I think 70 plus countries. They banned, I think he banned them from bringing people here to become resident. Unfortunately, Liberia was, some Liberians were rejoicing. Oh, Joseph Baga government, you see how he's feeling. He's a cause Liberian would not go to Liberia, America.
We're having so much terrible feedback. I don't know whether you're hearing it. Very terrible.
No, I think it's from Mr. Yellow.
You can mute it temporarily now.
Yeah. So with that, I was sitting here and I was thinking, I said, but it is a good thing for Liberia. If Liberian cannot come to the US to be resident of the United States and people are happy about it and they're posting it because they want to play politics with it, it's sad. And these are some of the things that goes on with our politics in Liberia. There's some decision.
Sam, can we go to the guest? We will stay here for the post analysis. Let's see if we can try to conclude with him. Go ahead and ask him your question that you wanted to ask previously.
Councillor Yulu, my question to you was, if all the representatives and senators from Nimba County have voted yes, I mean no to the DA, would that make a difference?
It will make a very big difference. The first thing is got national security implication. You cannot carry investment to a country that you're going to invest billions of dollars, and the people in that country, they are not willing to accept that agreement. It got security implication. And trust me, matters you are going to renegotiate with the
I think we might end up rescheduling the councillor.
Yeah, let's just do that. Let's go to I mean, let's move to another topic when he gets connected at some point in time, and we will come back.
No, but before we move, Jay, just give me a 30 seconds. Let me say something quick. Brother Sam, I will say this to you, right? Whatever happened in Liberia right now is Unity Party. There's no way we can depose them from it. Whatever happened in Liberia, be a good bar, is Unity Party. You never had distinction yesterday. Why you want to have distinction today? You couldn't distinguish to say they want to have CDC, they want to have CDC. Everything was CDC. But the point you talk about when it comes to the visa issue, Liberians were celebrating. Liberians were frustrated and they were blaming the careless and reckless diplomacy exhibited by Liberia that got us into this.
How?
There's some duty I will provide you to neighbor when we come to post analysis. Maybe I will do that. That link Liberia, the Oronto deal, and the Venezuela, and that or the regular statement made at the U.S. Security Council, all the things put forth together that brought this thing that gave it the energize. I mean, that energized it for you with sanction issue. But when we get a post analysis, we'll discuss it.
Definitely, we can get there later.
Thank you very much. This issue of bread and butter ministry in Liberia, it all came from the
now, can we say what you can put it on? Can we say you want of God? You put it on.
Oh my goodness!
It all came from the president sooner, and now
my head is hurting me.
Yeah, it's taking over the internet, taking over Liberia. It's a lot of things. You know, the president speech, according to the Minister of Information, there was some misquotation there. And some of the videos I have been seeing, they are terrible. I have a document here of the 70,000 job. But before we go to all of these things, I just want to lay the basis for us so we can have a good discussion. Now, with the issue of the bread and butter in the country, the Minister of Finance tried to defend it today. With the issue of job creation in the country, Mo Ali tried to defend that. But the document I'm seeing here, in the president's speech, he mentioned agriculture. The document I have in my possession, agriculture isn't part of the list as part of the entity that created job. I want to believe that agriculture did create a job in Liberia in the year 2025, but there was an oversight. If possible, this document is not correct. If possible, the document might not be correct because if you have a document that do not capture the entire agencies or ministries in the country, something is wrong somewhere. Maybe they are trying to fix the document or trying to do some fraud somewhere just to make Liberian people to believe that, yes, indeed, there were actually 70,000 jobs created. That's what I want to believe. But let's go to Mo Ali first. We will come back with our job thing. After we hear Mo Ali on this, then you can tell us your honest opinion on the job issues. And after that, we'll go to the oversight or the misquotation of the roles, and we go to the bread and butter issue of the country. This is Mo Ali.
They are gainfully employed. But when you ask them, are you employed? They tell you no. Those who own keke, they are riding. They are gainfully employed. The people who sit on the street.
I think what is going on here? Sorry, 1 minute.
Who go to local.
Are you hearing it?
Yeah, we're hearing it.
Oh, okay. I think it's from my end. But let me try to replay it again.
They are gainfully employed. Like all of those who ride motorbikes, they are gainfully employed. But when you ask them, are you employed? They tell you no. Those who own keke, they are riding. They are gainfully employed. The people who sit on the street to shine shoes, they are employed. The people who go to local, like all of those who ride motorbikes, they are gainfully employed. But when you ask them, are you employed? They tell you no.
Okay. You listen to Mo.
Yeah.
You listen to Mo. People that ride motorbike, they are gainfully employed. People that shiny shoes along the road, they are gainfully employed. My people, you guys are the older heads here. You tell me, is this the kind of employment that a serious country like Liberia needs?
We started
Let's
with
start with you. Sam, let's start with you.
Junior, listen, employment comes twofold. There are people that are self-employed, and self-employed meaning they work for themselves. And there are people that are employed by agency, entity, whatever you may call it. So Mo Ali's statement, from my point of view, yes, they are employed. But what he failed to address was what kind of employment status are they in? The people who ride keke, motorbike, and stuff like that, yes, they are self-employed, they work for themselves. You know, Liberia, this is the thing. Sometimes language is our problem in the country. Everything is political. He might have said it in a political interview, but yes, they are employed.
Thank you. Council, welcome back. Are you hearing us now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. Sam, go ahead.
Sam, the invisible workers, the invisible worker you're talking about employment. You know, I found it difficult to understand some of you how you carry on your politics. When President Bouaka criticized the IMF during President Joe Weah time, you clap for President Bouaka. When we criticize President Bouaka IMF report, you say it's political. So Bouaka was in a private company running it before he became president of Liberia? No, he was a politician. There's a man who condemned, criticized everything former President Joe Weah did. Whether it was good, it was not good, he criticized it. This man come to the whole public and say, we have given that leave the type of job. But even the figure by itself is a lie. He said 70,000 jobs. The next day, the Ministry of Information gave the breakdown. The breakdown went to 63,000 jobs. So you are in fact telling the Liberian people that the very man that you condemn and criticize, his first 2 years, from their own statistics they brought, President George Manneh, we have first 2 years. The breakdown says he employed 99,678. Now, I mean, say that more Adi carried that one to Julia Jesse was from their data. And they brought it from 2005 all the way to 2023. The mayor said he did nothing. The main first 2 year employment is around 99,000. Your first 2 years is around 63,000. We should not criticize it. We will criticize it because of how you get power.
Let me read the figures out here. I want to start from 2017 because the figure I got here is from 2005. So 2017 it says 44,357 jobs were created. 2018, 46,700.
Anytime, go to 2018.
Now 2019, 49,000.
Wait, take your time. 46,000. 2018 is what?
46,764. 2019 is 49,755. That's 2019. Then 2020 is 13,670.
So I come in. Just the first, we're discussing the first 2 years of Boubacar administration. Just their first 2 years is 96,500. President, we had first 2 years is 96,519 employment. Now people who are breaking record, we're not counting Keke Rada, we're not counting people that are washing people car in the street, we're not counting people or children are selling bread in the street. Because in their statistic and what their spokesman, official spokesman said, is that the children are selling bread in the school, they are employed. But you know, we get Liberia here, you can't employ people under 18 unless they go for internship, blah, blah, blah. They are employed. You say the people that facing poor shoe, when you go to work, you carry your shoe, they face it like employment. But during President Wiatan, that was not what you're talking about. You were talking about people that maybe when you say that people that are working on the Loguato Road, people that were working on the San Miguel to Ganta Road. Like, come on, people were talking about agriculture. But now, just 2 years, they made you say you know nothing. They made you criticize so much. He beat you first 2 years. The first 2 years, why you fighting to get 63,000, he in 96,000. 2020, Gian, we all know, Sarah knows, we have COVID-19. It hit Liberia. Nobody was going to work. Stores were closed. In fact, people were coming, when we go to work, we come from work by 3 o'clock. And only people like lawyers, police, army officers were allowed to be out. And
So, Council,
so for that figure in 2020.
Before you close on that, I know Sam will ask you his last question since we've already come to the discussion of the job and stuff. The Ministry of Information, the Minister Daniel Santos sent this to Julius Jett and he posted on his page as to the justification of the 70,000 jobs that were created under this regime in 2025. And what I'm seeing here, the total figure is 61,965. My problem is that the breakdown the breakdown of this is already within the chart I'm seeing here. But Ministry of Agriculture is not captured. Ministry of Agriculture was captured in the president's speech. That jobs were created there.
And they captured them on a separate program. So they say they gave them tools, they gave them that, and up to now, all of the farmer association in Liberia, they are challenging them to provide the list. You remember when 25 million out here for the Mopo SSR, how the various Unity Party politicized it? Now the government said they injected $1 billion Liberian dollar on the market. Who they get the money to? Nobody knows. 1 billion Liberian. We go back to the speech. He said he injected 1 billion, almost the same thing as the Mopo exercise. Where is that money? Nobody knows. Maybe what money is safely relaxing in President Boubacar residence because know where the number is, where the money is. Not just that. For me, I want to hold the people by their own statement they made in 2025. Junior, In 2025, so now, President Bouaka told the Liberian people that he has stabilized the oil, or fuel oil and gasoline at $3.91. That's what they said. Go to the 2025 SONA at $3.91. This year, the same president who said last year it was stabilized, it will be stabilized at that level, say we are running a stable price now at $4. The only thing can go down, yeah, go up. A rest here an agenda called sanitation. That ARREST, the S for sanitation. This president told the Liberians last year that 46% of Liberians, they don't have access to toilet. They are still going in the bush and using the bush. This year, after 1 year, the same president come back to the Liberian people and say, we still get 46% of the population still using the bush. So absolutely, he achieved nothing with sanitation. And it's one of the key indicators of the agenda. Go to education. Last year, he said they will make sure that this year, by this time, a student in public institution will be entitled to armchairs. So we got almost about 848,000 public students in Liberia. This president come back to us in 2026 and say we have distributed 26,000 armchairs.
Thank you.
Filled with an agenda on education.
Thank you, Council.
Agriculture.
Let the other panelists ask you.
To us last year, we have one, or even on rice.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Sam, you got a question there. Go ahead, Chief.
So I don't have a question for him, but I have a comment to make. Junior, again, the country called Liberia, we have a data problem. Okay. I don't think we have data tracking system. People write stuff and bring it to the public to publish it.
So who is the custodian? Sam, before you end, I want to ask you I want to say something. You see, Sam, when we come to the public discourse, we should be honest. Who is currently the government is the Unity Party government. Who producing the data out to the Liberian people is a Unity Party government. The government of the country, your country, America, the government is the custodian of your data. So if the Unity Party-led government gives us a data, we will look at that data and run with it. They said in two years, they employ 61,000. We said in 2 years, President, we are employ 96,000 plus people. But the difference between President, we are employment and your employment is that President, we are employment is tangible employment. Your own is people who watching car that employment. People who ride keke and riding motorbike that the train who sending bread in the street. So data problem should not be from you because it is your government that provides the data out. It is not the opposition.
So Garrison, if I could really ask you, where can I go to find those data you are providing to me during President Weah time? Where can I go at the accurate website that I can go and plug in and find those data you're talking about from Weah time?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Sam. The data I just gave you, it was not from me. It was from the Unity Party Information Ministry and the official spokesman of the Unity Party, Mo Ali.
So Garrison, I'm speaking.
Mo Ali is the official spokesman.
I want to speak.
No, but
hold on now.
Heaven, we're not in power, we left it with him. So they get it.
That's fine, but hold on. I'm not an a political party standpoint. I am speaking from overall country standpoint. Instead of making us stuff and bringing it to the public, which we don't agree with during Weah time, I won't agree with it during President Bouaka time. When we critiqued this, so not the last time myself who here. You guys, UP lives were here. I did the same. I said the same thing. What I would not agree with if when you make up data and bring it to the public that we can't access it, it's difficult for me to agree with it. And I'm not going to sit down here and say, "Oh yes, it's true," because I had interest. I don't have interest in political party. I have interest in the Republic of Liberia. So nothing that someone will bring it to the public to make it sound really sweet in my ear to believe it. I'm not that naive. I'm a student of research, so I believe in
So
data.
same in America, we give the labor statistics. No,
The
Sam, let me
government
ask you a
does.
question. In America,
The
who
government
provided the labor
provides.
statistics? Is it not the government?
The government provides
you following?
the labor
So
statistics.
so
Then
why
we can
because
go.
you in America, you believe in America. If the Liberian government gave us data, we should not believe it. Because
No.
the data we give is not from ourselves. It is
Let me
from
finish.
the government of the Republic of Liberia, the Unity Party-led government. China, they giving the data. So if Donald Trump government can say we employ 276,000 people in a month, we can always watch it on CNN. You give your labor report. It is not the opposition that gave you labor report. And
I
what
agree.
you gave us is what we run with.
No, Garrison, what I'm saying is that when the numbers are provided, you can also go click on a website and go there, and the number are accurate, and they are breaking down sector by sector, healthcare, agriculture, this, that. But for your data you guys are providing us is going again. So, Junior, let's
Yeah, so Sam, I'm trying to lay my hands on the data. I think from the inception of this discussion, the first day when the SONA was being delivered by the president, I said something here on the show that the leges, those that are heading leges in Liberia, and the Ministry of Labor, those two entities needs to be held accountable. If I were the president, I would have sacked those guys by now. You know, before the president had his SONA, we were on this show and we talked about entities that need overhaul. And I believe the Ministry of Labor needs overhaul. They need it. Because the fact that a government would be proud to be mentioning self-employed people who are not really doing anything tangible to say their job creation in a country. You look at Shushan Boy, you see the man a job you created for him when he's on the street every day crying to leave from that place, and government is proud to say we created a job. That's a shame. And the Ministry of Labor cannot come up with a statistic. Now, you raise a really good point here tonight. If we cannot believe the CDC yesterday because there were no statistics, why should we believe the Unity Party today when there is no statistics again? When there is none. So this thing about Liberia, I don't know whether we should say it's an old age thing. It's nothing working out for us, man. The figures not adding up. Nothing changing.
So, Junior, again, I'm not a supporter of the Unity Party, but what I'm saying, I'm speaking overall when it comes to Liberia. I'm not believing in what they provided, or even in a SONA, and they said there were not just the 70,000 jobs, there were also 198,000 supported farmers. And myself, I have a problem with it. And just don't come and throw our numbers into the public and think that we should believe it. There is no breakdown. Where can we go to find those numbers? I have a problem with that. But my concern with my other brothers and from the other side,
from which side?
From the left side. When they come,
but they go over down.
When they come, they politicize everything. So there's nothing that they can agree to or agree with. That's my problem. But I'm not a supporter.
Did they agree with anything yesterday?
But so said, if something was going wrong. Okay, hold on. Let me ask you one question before you. Hold on. Just 1 minute. So if something was done wrong yesterday, it should be done continuously.
No, then when you want to be honest, now according to he say you liberal, you honor, you sincere about the Liberia, then you don't come and bring one group. Then
No, I'm
say
not.
these
not.
people. But when you say my brother from the other side there, Mina, you are shielding or siding with one group and trying to crack down on another. That's why I ask you that question, right? But let me say this. The mistake you guys are making here is that in the CDC doing her turn you, we didn't put data in the public to say, oh, we created this job, right? We had the statistics. The reason we couldn't put in the public was very clear. That more I didn't want to go print it out the product. We didn't bring it to the public. They brought it to the public. All right? But one thing I feel to realize, Liberia, both the leaders, the Minister of Labor, and the stakeholders, we don't have an actual data establishment that can catalog how jobs are created in the country. But there are bilateral institutions that collaborate with the government of Liberia that does that. For example, the World Bank. Right? There's one of the jobs I sent to you. Thank you that I didn't even tell you put it on. There's one of the job. You see it? That one of the job more Ali counted that there. All right? One of the job there. And more Ali counted. So I did it the morning. I kept it for the show. I did that flyer. I kept it for the show because that one of the job you are counting are people who selling in the street. So that child is one of the data among the 70,000 jobs that were created. We didn't bring data into the field because we felt that if we bring the data in the field, so Joe, we are in his first 2 years, he provided now some more thousand or job. The library people will have come back and ask or and say, where can we find it? We cannot be using foreign statistics or bilateral institutional statistics to establish our national data. So because we could not use that as an alternative, we just had it for our own record and we kept it. We decided not to tell the public when Liberian get job, right? They're working. Then when now trying to justify their lies, they brought up data for others surpass their data. So if we're taking all factor constant at what Mo Ali brought in, it means that CDC that they condemned yesterday, they were in 2 years when it comes to employment, then they have done in their 2 years. If we keep no factor that they want to bring as a debate constant, all right. So the issue of bread and butter in the country, we okay. For all we know, I have Shushan Boy in our data. Let's agree more. I say the Shushan Boy. Let more I tell or how many Shushan Boy in Liberia that they know. Because for you to provide a data, you must have statistics of all those people, how many Shushan Boy in the country, and how many Pepe Rider, how many Keke Rider, how many wheelbarrow rider, and so you must have that study. Let you can tell how many Shushan Boy they get in Liberia. That you put it on
Pastor Success, I'm a little bit confused here. Y'all please make me to understand. When they say job creation, what does that mean? Because the issue of Shushan Boy, people that are doing their widow market business, Mo Ali saying is job creation.
Okay,
when they say
let me provide clarity, right? Employment comes in 3 forms: long-term, medium-term, and short-term. Long-term is a permanent employment that you got, and medium-term could be there for 6 months, 1 year, like you got consultancy with somebody or contract. You got maybe a short-term, contract that lasts for 6 months. Short-term employment is like, okay, they may want to be a house. I'm amazing, I'm a capital, I can't lay my bricks. I get it. Maybe it take me 2-3 weeks or 3 months. I lay that bricks, I'm gone. These are short-term employment. Now, for government to boast of this employment in every sound and civilized government, what they will do, they will first of all look at what contribution they made in establishing the job. Because when you say what is the job creation? This is how many people work. They say job creation. How did the government empower the private sector to create that opportunity for the people to work? All right. Yes, I come from America. I go to Labrador, I want to pay my whole. Other I will hire somebody. I hired a man. I said, discussing government don't know about it. Government doesn't have that statistics. I didn't go to the Ministry of Public and say you're giving mixing. I didn't go to the Ministry of Labor and say you're giving mixing. I didn't go to GSA and say you're giving construction people. No.
Thank you. Let hold you there small. Let's hear Sam. Sam, let's hear. Let me the conversation interactive before you finish all of your thoughts.
Well,
We want to ask you.
When I'm talking finish, I'm talking finish.
Okay, Junior, I think some of what we're saying here, it makes sense. So I am not in favor of Mo Ali going to the radio station, bringing numbers that are not even in line with anything. Those are what I call political defense that have no facts. I think some people who talk too much to go to radio station, they put and say, get into trouble. So where Mo get that data from? Mo is not a student of statistics. Where you get the data from to go carry to the radio station to even, is he a rightful person to even go to the radio station to defend government, what numbers government put out, how they put it out? I think the person who should have gone to that radio station to put the numbers out would have been a labor minister who has a statistic. Somehow, because everything in Liberia will go through our World Bank. World Bank say we don't. These are things that these are problem with Liberia. We never try to do anything. We're still living in 21st century like we're living in the 17th century. Okay, can you imagine? Let me go a little bit here. I was in a school. Liberia still writing something on the chalk. On the blackboard with chalk. So we are not trying. We Liberia failed to try to improve system. When you try to make a change, it's a problem. Mo Ali does not even have the gut to go to the radio station to prove anything, because anybody can speak. Mo Ali in Liberia is pathetic because you speak so loud, you talk too loud, you are a great speaker. No, because you use 1847 vocabularies doesn't mean you know book. Then you sound and great speaker. No, when we say great speaker, people who analyze, people who they are taught make sense to the public. You speak simple, people understand you. All the nonsense when they're speaking in Liberia, they say, oh, they're praising no book. No, that's not what we call no book. So Mo Ali doesn't even have the gut to go to the radio station to make no presentation. So the government is all over the place, to be honest. So what we're saying here is that statistically, we don't have anything in Liberia to prove. Those numbers that the UP put out, those numbers that CDC putting out, even the one he put out and carried, and that put you in trouble, he crazy. You printed out something. Instead of reading it, you just
The same way carry that data that had to prepare the personal sonar. That is same way they prepare the sonar.
So this is what we're saying, Junior. We need to put ourselves in order. Everybody cannot be a spokesperson for the government.
And it's terrible that almost all those employed with the government, be it those that are working as civil servant, those that are doing consultancy, all of them are spokesperson for this government. Instead of focusing on the job that they were appointed to do or elected to do, everybody now becomes spokesperson for this government. Where did we come from with this?
It's crazy. It's crazy because the reason why? Oh, when you do that, you are speaking for the government will favor you. People look for favoritism in Liberia. That's all about it, Junior. That person doing a good job. When you write plenty on Facebook, you are a good person. No, the government has a spokesperson. That is the people speak for the government. Look at how he morally embarrasses the government. He shouldn't have done that. Where you get the numbers then from?
And honestly, Sam, I want to agree with you on this issue of statistics. We are way beyond that to be complaining of statistics now in a country. Liberia is not the Liberia yesterday. The Civil War has ended. Everything has ended. I don't know why is it we still suffering with statistics in Liberia. Why? If you look at the okay, I think
let me say this. Yeah, Garrison will speak, but let me say that to you. You are in Rwanda. Rwanda experienced a genocide, and today Rwanda has transformed.
massively.
You are there. Liberia, all we believe in is what? Excuses. Oh, you know, we just came from Civil War. Oh, coronavirus was there. Blah, blah, blah. Coronavirus was there. How many people coronavirus came in Liberia?
Corona affected almost all the country in the world. Every country.
Yes, but there's a degree. How many?
Yeah, the councillor is back. I think he was responding to a question. Councillor, go ahead before we ask you the next question, Chief. We had to reschedule the councillor.
These are some of the things we're talking about. We only had 2 internet companies in Liberia, Lone Star and how they call it, that other nonsense one. So it's what happening to New York.
It's only for the elite. It's definitely only for the elite. Those that got Wi-Fi to their homes in Liberia, those are people that get good money. Now, before we go to Pastor Success, this issue of data, some are always suffering from it. Let me not lie to anybody here tonight. I'm doing a research for my thesis, and it's terrible. I'm kind of like regretting why I chose a topic from Liberia.
No statistics.
I'm regretting it badly. No statistics, no data.
Yep.
Even on the internet, imagine most of our legal things in Liberia are posted on Cornell University website or Oxford University Press website. Imagine those things. It's terrible.
During my graduate year, I picked a topic in Liberia. I couldn't find books. Only a few people you see the doctorate degree then like wasting in Liberia. How many of them writing books? Only a few. But all they do is when they get a BBT and they just go, oh, I'm a doctorate degree holder. Before you become a doctorate degree holder, you might have published books upon books. How many of our Liberian doctorate degree holder have published book upon books? But yeah, they go Liberia. I'm a doctorate degree holder. I'm not trying to condemn anybody, but these are
when you work on the nation, you condemn it. Why can't be a fellow? What the call people? Yeah,
a few books.
That's what I do. Gentlemen are coming.
So let me forward. You know, there are a lot to talk about when it comes to Liberia, man.
I listened to Sam talking about when you got doctorate degree, you got read several books. I think the prerequisite to getting a doctorate degree is to when you are done with your dissertations, the publication of a book you can do it. But I think that what it requires, every university have a requirement, and when you meet that requirement, they will give you your degree. You see, we have a situation.
Correction, I didn't say it's a requirement.
If we will be honest with ourselves, and I would told my brothers. No, I say that you are coming.
Okay.
Most of our brothers in the UP party, they're not honest with this country. Because the level of post-war, right, since the war finished, in 2003, Dwayne Bryan had that short term. And even assuming without admitting, but you know that Dwayne Bryan was from the Liberation Party, and the Liberation Party is now part of the Unity Party, the form merger. So by that, they have ruled this country from 2003, out of the 18 plus 3 is 21 years. They have ruled the country 15 good years. And during the UP for 12 years, we experienced their wave and influx of donors funding coming to the country. Today, these are the people who crying loud, oh, the system. But what did you do? You have all the opportunity, all of the resources. Only were here, international people were here, UN, everybody in this country. For you to better the country, you squandered in President Bouaka Ward say we squandered the opportunity. They squander it. Now they take the whole country problem and put it on President George Manon. We are heard. Okay, let's be honest with you. Gian, you myself know that the images they destroyed today were not destroyed by CDC. They destroyed the image. We were going to the State Department having protests there that people, they are doing extrajudicial killing in Liberia. They were the opposition then. They were the one. When people, they go somewhere and they take pictures, they say the drugs in the country and everything. Even as they were fighting him. Today, Liberia get a seat at the Security Council. It was because of President George Manon. We are who talk to your colleagues. But have you ever seen them giving in our praise? No. They never. So the very image that the thing you're talking about, that very fun idea, I was just listening to you on my phone. Was saying you should be the one that speaking to the choirs, telling them that this damage it and they should do well to fix it. They were in opposition with lies. They came into power and they have multiplied the lies in power. As to the issue of data, we all know we're back. But the little the government have that they want the Unity Party pull out, and the little they have. So we should accept that, because even in the United States of America, what the Labor Department will put out, and what you people can accept. When they say, I know, for me, I follow CNN more than any other station. CNN, I sleep on CNN, I wake on CNN. So the letter you put out, like what we holding you about, you said from 2005 to 2023, even up to now, the men who have produced more jobs in this country than President George Manon, or Gian, which year, 2021 or 22?
Gian, you are muted.
You are muted, Gian.
2022.
2022, 101,000.
Let me get a figure right here before I become
190,000.
2022 was 104,000.
All right, 104,000.
2021 was how much?
2021 was 76,000. 76,800.
So 104. So you see, in 2 years of President Weah, they created 190,000 jobs. Sam would be laughing because it hurting him badly. But you know that my man from Vangley, they made to be our home there. I want to call you all of them we used to have for him in Vangley. But you know, our big brother was all grew up in Vangley there.
But go ahead, nothing wrong.
No, brother. Now one hour Vangley TV, we still get our song there. But that comes to the issue.
Council, before you continue, I have this question to ask. Do you think are you seeing any changes under this administration? Because the issue of job creation, the ordinary people themselves, if you check on the Facebook, people say, where the job? How did this 70,000 job came about? We're not seeing it. Do you think Unity Party is making changes in Liberia when it comes to the brand butter issue?
They are busy rescuing.
Yeah. Council, 1 second. They're making changes. I say the new ministry, the debt bill, put it up.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Council. Let me
I just said in the chat room.
So they are busy rescuing
ministry bill. They call it Ministry of Bread and Butter. They say people are doing well.
They are busy rescuing themselves. But let's be honest with you, right? This government came and say last year the economy. You met CDC. They left. The Unity Party 12 years, they left 110 million in our international reserve.
Mhm.
CDC gave them 400 or 300 and some more million
400
in
plus.
reserve.
400 plus.
Yeah, 400 plus million. But they left 100 and some more, CDC left 400 plus. But you know what they say? CDC did nothing. Corruption. CDC funded, amended the anti-corruption law and gave the LDCC direct prosecutory power. And now they are benefiting from it. CDC did nothing. Drugs. Who make the drugs law more robust in 2022? Our CDC. If the drugs law that Unity Party had it been the same drugs law now, you cannot do anything to anyone here. But because CDC painstakingly, they say we got to face the drugs issue, they address it. They say we got to fight corruption. They say the new anti-corruption law, to even remove a commissioner, then I know you do, you got to go to the Senate. They took all that power from the president. A president, we are not serious to fight corruption, in whom have been doing all of these things. Say, look, that LDC, you go to court on your own. Today, it's sad.
So,
This government, the good thing they have for the good thing they have done for them.
this is a very.
I got a question for you if you learn then.
Mhm. Let me ask this.
Let me give you a sample. I ask the council one question here.
Okay, go ahead. Ask him. The man speaking for you. How you ask the man?
You
got question for him? You not get question for him?
What I'm going to say, with the council being present, I've not been given the time to either make my comment or ask a question.
But you know the drill now. When somebody come from your terrain, you gotta give it.
The man come from your corner. He said something for you.
I don't know from anywhere. I don't know from nowhere. I want to show you. I know from
Go ahead.
Just go your OCDC man.
I know him. I know him.
Okay. But
anyway,
let me finish my question. You'll go there. Garrison, the thing here is that I know you listen. Every time when I listen to sedition, I hold my head down. I understand that at some point in time, your political leader, the former president of the Republic of Liberia, I want to believe he understood the Liberian people's problem. When Unity Party failed, we would say that because that's the quote-unquote explanation. Unity Party failed. So Joy Well understood the Liberian people problem. He was going to come. Social Borden called him injured. People call, all kinds of names they call him. Sweet names. I believe like Joy Well understood that lady was pregnant. And he said he doesn't care. You married a woman anyway. So he came to power. And the problem, in my own view, became worse. The woman was still pregnant.
Are you asking a question or you making a statement?
I will ask you. So, coming by
so I can't be confused.
You're not confused. You're trying to model your mind before you send the question there, then you confuse not to answer.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So Garrison.
So I be direct with your question.
Why are we coming back to say that? Why are we coming back to blame Unity Party from 2017 that they didn't do that, and let's say the time you guys were in power for 6 years. What are those accomplishments that you can really point out and say to me? These are things that we did extraordinary for the Liberian people.
Oh, for you, eh? The one named Jason saying you're not listening to it.
What thing?
We make corruption not to be the first thing we pass the most effective, robust corruption law, anti-corruption law in the world.
Okay.
Do you know that?
No,
today
I don't.
We say
educate me, please.
Okay, so we pass a corruption law that say or LACC will not depend on justice ministry. Now you can go to court on your own. And today, LACC is prosecuting people for corruption all around the place. See, it was CDC. But me give you one thing for you to understand today. The situation with President Weah, I ain't been with the people that are in power now, like bread finish. You know why? When President Weah took office in 2018, Ome left the country completely. So, Ome was the second biggest employer in this country. President Weah started fighting with that. When he got through with it, what was the next thing? COVID came. After COVID, you see how the main government was moving? You see the employment in 2021, you see the employment in 2022, you see 2023. He was moving forward. Library economy started growing. Because the COVID gone, he have addressed the only issue. Huh?
At what rate? The economy started growing at what rate?
4.8 went to 4.6 and it stayed at 4.6. You lie, you say, well, 5.1. But when they check it, you're saying 4.6. So since 12, you say 12, now what they well. 12 left it at 4.6. Up to now, it's still 4.6. You understand? So nothing has changed. Everything you say you're going to do, I was just telling you today, your own arrest agenda. I was going to do it one by one. Agriculture, rules, rule of law, in the starting. The judiciary, that every day you're carrying people to. What some people then in government buying 15 cars for their staffers when the law clerk of the justice they don't get one car. So everything you promised the Liberian people, it was just like making mockery out of the Liberian people. President Bogatoa, he can even ride a wheelbarrow to go to work. Today he's riding almost $5 million car. He said he will not fly in private jet. We know no president will tell you he will not fly in private jet because of national security implication. But he said he will not fly in private jet. What happened today? You got private jet flying all around the place. Today, his children get the casino to ERBC. The children, President Boga children, they run the casino to ERBC. Today,
thank you, guys. Thank you. Let's read that.
Then
Nothing.
Success will come.
So,
my last question, Chief. My last question, Chief.
Pastor Sozo, I beg you.
It's interesting when on this stage you just defend those kind of things. Garrison, you're telling me, okay, quick question. Was Ellen John's government corrupt?
Council, are you hearing the question?
You know, and I know. I'm hearing the question. You know, and I know. They were corrupt, but
they were, right?
We are in the spirit of reconciling this country. Yeah, in the spirit of reconciling this country, in Kima, because like what we told you just now, or Sam, we never had robust anti-corruption law. At that time, anti-corruption had to do investigation and turn the case over to Justice Ministry.
Mm-hmm.
Justice Ministry worked directly on the president, the political ministry, even though they are legal, but they are under the president. And that executive branch is a political branch. So if Justice Ministry chooses not to go to court, you can't force them. When President Weah came, he said, no. If we really serious to fight corruption, we got to give them their own power. We got to tie the drugs law. Even the people we see with drugs, the people that are bringing it, we got to arrest all of them. And it should not be bailable. Today, they are arresting people. No matter where you find yourself, whether you be man when you're involved in drugs, they will arrest you. It's because he brought the law. I listened to Gian today, he was talking about Rwanda. Rwanda is not moving forward because of anything, because they put strong restrictions and laws into place. So that's what President Weah was doing. A President Weah, the way he started with the corruption, the local government today, every day you say, oh, the superintendent doing well in Nima. Who gives Sweden the authority? In the local government act. Who passed the local government act? It wasn't George Weah. It was George Weah. All the good thing you're talking today, if President Weah have not laid the foundation, you got nothing. Because the local government act, before the county council was controlled by we the lawmakers. President Weah said, no, let the people make their own decision. So today, call me and sit down in Nema and say, I'm building the one, I'm doing the one, because President Weah gave that authority to the people, to the local people.
Thank you.
But when Unity Party was there, yes, they never. The revenue sharing law that we're talking about today, the revenue sharing law, who passed the revenue sharing law in 2022? It was President Weah. And he says, where the resources is coming from, get them 10% of whatsoever thing that generated from there. If you hear all making note that the old NEMA 40 million is from that background because the revenue sharing law have been passed, the formula have been adopted by the Unity Party-led government, but up to now, they cannot get NEMA for 40 million. We're begging for it. It's not in the budget. But all the good things the man did, you know why? You will not talk about it. But the very thing you were talking about, you're doing more than it. If that was Joe Weah time, and minister them building your big horses around here, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, you will be all over America talking about it. But today, your minister them who are living in one bedroom renting, they are building $2 million horses. You're not talking about that one. That good thing. They clap for them.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Pastor Success, you can ask your 2 questions, and then we'll try to take leave of our guests. We have exhausted our time here.
I know my brother have 4. I will ask 2, but I might not even have a question. I don't want to make a comment.
I knew.
Again, council, welcome. Let me say this. My brother asked a question, and I want to go in that direction. But before I go there, I want to ask him one question. And if he can answer me just in 1 or 2 seconds, I'll be happy. Sam.
Yes.
What Joe Weah really did to you?
What?
What Joe Weah really did to you?
Nothing.
Personally, nothing, right?
I don't know that guy here myself. I never met before. I mean, well, I can't say we never met. We met before.
The reason I asked the question, sometimes we that work with President Weah and have proximity with him, we sit down. I sit down sometimes, I can literally want to cry. To be honest with you, I am not saying what I'm saying because Joe Weah government was idiotic. No, they have fraud. Couple of nonsense took place. Excuse me for my language, right? But in the school, when you pass, when you feel in physical education and do well in physics, then they call you door student. They have problem with people, and that's how you're treating President Weah. You just ask a question what we are dead. Councilor, you were talking about because in the for peace sake, that could be one factor. But one reason President Weah told us, I can still remember, gathering one that he said, if I do this now and this happen, what do we have to defend this? And we said, what do you mean? He said, we know people corrupt in this country. They take work and economic crime court. All meal that we depend on were here for 12, in fact, 14 years. We did not talk about what economy, we did not push for it. All meal have left. We got almost 1,500 men as armed forces of Liberia. Out of 1,500 men, we get about 350 in what they play in Mali. We got a fragile security network that is not even able to fly. They say war and economic crime code. And one example he said, we got almost 7 warlords in this country that belongs to major tribal institutions that got warriors. You go grab one of a war crime, join your jungle. And now they say, like I said, you join Nima jungle, you join jungle, join the jungle. Do you have the ability to go get there? So he said, let's relax it. Let's build our security sector. As it get built and we build the judicial system, we have the foundation to prosecute corrupt people. And that is why in person we have wisdom. When people were pushing, he took that whole war and economic crime code, he sent it to the legislator to take a decision on it. And some of you don't know. He sent it to the legislator to take a, it was the legislator that advising that it better for the town hall discussion the war and economic crime code. Who are the representatives of the people? Who are the will and pleasure of the people? It's not the lawmaker. That's what the president reports to the lawmaker every year, because they are the people representative. In addition, you ask what more he did. Hey, brother. Do you know our judges, be a chief justice or whatever? Do you know some of our judges in this country were making 350, 450, and that's why the corruption was so much high in the court? It was under President Weah regime that he passed a declaration that no judge that sit in a court, no matter how low the court, it should not be less than $2,000. Today they enjoy that immediately.
Wait. Did you say judges were making 350?
Some judges were making 350. I can go way back down the line and put the record up.
Yeah, okay, please do that for us. I
will search for it and send it. All right.
Okay. All right.
Some of them were making 350. Some of them 500. It was under President Weah regime that he set a benchmark of 2,000, raised the salary of medical doctor, and even sent experts out of the country to go study in special areas for what the growth of our medical sector. All right. Somebody from Rinkin though. In addition, I would name major government institutions he took from people, private building. Why you
try to conclude for us, please?
Yeah, I'm about to conclude. They may have more time, but anyway, I will conclude. Right? You saw the NPA prior to Georgia becoming president. The bill you got today, you ever had it? The LPRS, you saw it prior to Georgia becoming president. You ever had it? The NSA was in a clear call in Mama Point. He took it to the state of the art building. Yesterday, you were there when they dedicated the NOCA office. Man, so they ran that NOCA office, so oil blood all over the place here. Did they build a befitting headquarters for NOCA? No. Today, NOCA had an office. I would go on and name. Roll connectivity around the country. Georgia had a mess, yes. And what was Georgia met that people tell me today, I will talk to him. I can say on the media. In Georgia first year, he was very lenient. He left his guys then to do what he thought that was best, but it was what? Destroying his government. And he didn't take action on them. That's the only thing you can blame Georgia for. But to say that he didn't do well for Liberia, that is evil. We need to stop it.
Thank you. Now, the council is here. You've already made all of your thoughts. So I will ask him one question and we can take leave of him, and then we stay here for the post-analysis because we've exhausted our time. Councillor Yelu, this issue of war and economic crimes courts in Liberia, when President Joseph Newman Boakai took over, it was part of his message to the Liberian people that he would establish war and economic crimes court. You can quote me wrong here if I'm wrong. When Senator Johnson was still alive, the issue of war and economic crimes court in Liberia was discussed in every corner of the Unity Party. Now Senator Johnson is dead. In the president's annual message, he spoke very little about the war and economic crimes court. As a councillor at law, do you think the war and economic crimes court will still be established in Liberia with the top figure that the entire war and economic crimes was centered around is there? Do you think that this economic crimes court will still be established?
Well, the first thing is that the federal government are even undermine their own process. The first thing is that if you listen to President Joseph Newman Boakai 2026 Sona, he said he was not thinking and contemplating and working on modality to establish reconciliation commission. By that, he's just telling the Lima people wanted to kill Prince Johnson, finish killing Prince Johnson, so we not get time for war and economic crime again. Simple. Every day, Dylan will be on Prince Johnson in that chamber.
Wakranko. Bringing that the president Somersault on Monday. Want to form the commission on reconciliation. But we feel the reconciliation thing I was saying. The Truth and Reconciliation were established. They have a lifespan over 3-4 years. They concluded their work. They made their report, they sent it. You, Bouaka, came to power, you say you established a war and economic crime court. You appointed a seasoned lawyer, Councillor Dr. Jala Babu. Today, they're working. They are just a toothless bulldog. No support. The workers, they don't even get paid the last time they were demonstrating. But some of the things people don't understand. Some of the international community don't love President Weah. The trend that Bouaka taking that you see, whether America will be happy with him that he say he forget about war crime code and he bring in reconciliation commission. Now what he promised the people, he told them say he's going to bring war and economic crime code. Now when president that he forget about war and economic crime code. So is he telling we the Nimbarian that the war and economic crime code only meant for our senior man, and because he is there and gone? So President Weah told the international community repeatedly, like my brother was saying. We pass a level. We have a fragile state. For us to make the country more capable and strong, we should not focus on prosecuting warlords now. We don't have the capacity. Because if President alone goes to Nima, you know how many men will follow him? If George Bolio goes to Grand Jury, you know how many men will follow him? If the Bouaka himself, they accusing him that he took part with the Lofa Defense Force.
No, the chief of staff, Lofa Defense Force, the councilor. No, the chief of staff.
So all of these things, when people say it, and then today, you come and say you're going to form a reconciliation commission, is it not telling the Nema people that you kill our brother, our father, because you thought that because you betrayed the man already? You were not answering the man's phone. After the man made you president, you blocked the man's phone. You were no longer talking to him. And you all listen to Senator Johnson recording all around the place. And you listen to the sad testimony of the journalist that Prince Johnson last spoke to from Kakata. Mm-hmm. And yes, the senator in fact wanted us to form a new political party for him to do the legal documentation. When he went, can you imagine a man who made him to be president? His school could not be in the budget. Today, the school is closed perpetually.
But Council,
he was living crying.
Council, before you close, thankfully you brought that issue up. Why is it that the budget has not yet been signed into a handbill?
Gian, I told you the last time, they put in their crooked rescue people then. They were waiting for the MDA. So when you hear the president saying in a State of the Nation that they will recast the budget, like I told you the last time, watch it. Even at 6 million, they say they gave him name and they will call it down again. They will call it down. You know, man, that 200 million, maybe Lofa will get up to 100 million. Where in the world Lofa County will be having a mountain? Then 60 million coming for them going to Nima. They will never. So, gentlemen, it was nice being here. Sam, I've not seen you for a while. It's good to catch up with you today. Just we met the last time to the brother Carter James House. I think it was the last time we met. It's been over 80 years now. But it's good to be here. Everything we do on this show is about Nima. For me, I'm a seditian. I love President Weah. I love him and I will always be with him. Mark my word for this today. We will campaign for him. People say, but we not sitting down. We are working. You know how many people can come to our house here? We help them, paying their school fee, paying house rent for them, doing the one for them. We're not doing it for ourselves. Me, I get no intent to be represented anywhere. But we're doing it because we want our men to come back to power. So that the good work he was doing for the people. Do you know that since your Unity Party came to power, they have not had one groundbreaking in Nima for any project? One groundbreaking in 3 years, nothing.
I challenged him the last on this show. All of them that were the panelists from Unity Party, they could not show one. One groundbreaking have not taken place. But President Weah broke ground for complete relocation of the market for G.W. Harley, for the city hall, the modern city hall that was building in Ganta that Unity Party forget about, the second part to Dogwato Road, the Kendonwi or to Tapeta Road, all the road, the Ban School. When he went to Ban and saw the children in Ackerman building, he said they want to budget business. He told the public welfare minister and the finance minister, you'll find money and rebuild the school for the children there. That's the man there. If he goes to area and see the people there suffering, he would intervene. Today, your government said they come and pay 20 million. Justice Complex. But get the sad truth about it. How much thousand you're putting in the budget for them this year? I know 35,000 or 65,000. So if you're going to build for 20 million, you're going to get 3 years left. You put in less than 1 million in the budget for the project. So you just want to post something, break ground, and say, so that when we come to power tomorrow, you say, oh, we don't want to do the groundbreaking. Because you want to take glory. Just as we build all over, you doing the dedication, you don't even call President Weah name. But when Mother Ellen Johnson said they were building the ministerial complex, she left it halfway, and President Weah came to complete it. President Weah gave that glory to her and named the place Ellen Johnson said the ministerial complex. It can never be Joseph Boakai a people. Because the first thing, you don't pronounce that name, we are in a marshal now. They will fire you.
Thank you. Thank you, Council.
That's how personal they are. Do you know that during President Weah time, every time they have it or President Boakai birthday, they will publish it on his e-marshal.
Okay. I think the Council.
They have not. One day published, then you're talking about reconciliation.
Councillor Yelu, your network is giving problem. Just conclude for us shortly, please. Councillor, are you there? Well, I think we lost Councillor Yelu again. We'll go to you, Sam. Give us your analysis and your parting comment in 2 minutes.
Well, thank you, Junior. Thank you again for being here. Success, thank you. But let me say this. I think my dear brother Garrison is getting a mess up here. That you cannot build a country, any good country, with sympathy. According to him, 2017, when George Weah took over, the Liberian people were waiting for corrupt officials to be prosecuted. Joe Weah came and decided not to.
So I'm here to leave for y'all. Sam, y'all get no excuse to get the Liberian people.
Are you guys hearing him?
Yeah.
As the people in Bayport now, where are the 70,000 jobs? Ask them, where are the 70,000 jobs? Where the rescue? What happened to the Dogwato, the second part of Dogwato Road? Why is stores in 2003? What they say the road from Ganta to Secretary is still at 56%. Joe Weah left at 56%. The government still keeping at 56%. What happened to them? Ask the people, what happened to the county relocation project? What happened? It's not working now. Ask your people, what happened to the Ganta City Hall project? Ask the people in Van, what happened up to now? The modern laboratory or laboratory for the students, why is it not built? Ask the people, where is the rescue? Ask them. You say they reduce the price of rest to $14.50. But when you go buy
You Liberian that in Liberian that they say buy $3,000. Is it not the same $18 the government or CDC government was selling to you for? Because you buy $3,000 and convert it to US, it's the same $18. So you don't create artificial price. They say you dropping price. We gotta be honest in this country, and I can assure you, when the CDC government comes back to power, we will fight enhance and speed up what we decided to do. We're not going to follow your excuses all around. Your excuse. President, we are not giving you excuses. You got basic building. So
Thank you.
the people of Nima, all I can say to you tonight, the government you voted for, they rob you. Your mountain, they not take your mountain from you. For 75 years. For 75 years, they took your mountain for. Even in your own district, same, the Tua River, when they see about mountain there now, Lanco or Metal Steel will take it. That's why you're getting. You see all the mountain around there, and I have a or connection to Yekepa, Metal Steel should take over them. You get a blank check. So, thank you, and we look up to you to move the country forward, but we know you feel us already. So, same, we encourage you come and join us. Come and join us, so that all the way the you people lie to you, say they want to get your job from the diaspora to come and serve. You people are educated, you people are qualified. They lie to you. The only people they brought from the diaspora are people from Lofa County. Those of you from Nima County who are collecting your money, supporting the people, they deceive you. You're coming, John, so we can get the power back.
Councilor, I'm contesting as a chairperson of Citizen USA. When I win, I send the papers I'm bringing over.
Okay, that would be good.
Now,
Thank you,
not
Councilor.
win.
Here tonight.
Why are you laughing?
Councilor Yuri, thank you so much for being here tonight. Have a pleasant good night.
Yeah, but John, please try. We need to really discuss the budget or the speech. That's why I really came, but let's find time to discuss the speech.
Yeah,
because
we'll tomorrow, then we are never embarrassing or tonight.
Yeah, your network are not really good, so we will chat you up and then we see when you will be less busy.
We can tear that fake data sooner.
That would be good.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much again. That was Councilor.
Well, General, my dear brother, he made some interesting point that I'm just here seeing now. Guys, you said 2003, is that right? But my dear brother was a representative for District Number 4. The role you referring to, he was the representative. Sometimes on this show, maybe when he comes back, he and I can have some debate on the District Number 4, where he served as a first ever representative, because he was the first representative for District Number 4. That's a discussion for another time. But let's be honest here. When Rwanda came from the genocide, Rwanda said, "Oh, we still have some people in this country that they are warlord in this country. We can't punish people, we can't prosecute people." Then Rwanda will still be in disaster today. So that other fake excuse, I don't buy it. Joy Ware came to power because he knows how he came to power. He decided not to prosecute the corrupt people in Ellen Johnson government, which we know that there was, from popular opinion, we know that there was a massive corruption in Ellen Johnson government, which we don't, some of it were seeing on social media and stuff like that. So George Weah King, he decided not to prosecute. He said, "Oh, show us the sign, arrest the people, let them go after them first and say, okay, since Justice Minister work on the government, so it won't happen this way." So they came up with, say, "Oh, because there were no prosecutorial law in the country, so that's an excuse." It's a big excuse. It's a failure anyway. So my dear brother said to me, there were warlords in the country, but we still had government. When United Nations left Omio left, we still got security. Okay? We still have security in the country. And you can't fight government in the first place. At the time where other countries were tired now giving Liberians the arms to come and fight in their own country, who could, where those guys who could go back and get guns to come fight in Liberia? Guinea could not give them gun, could not get them gun. Sierra Leone could not allow them to pass there, even if they are made an attempt. Ivory Coast won't even give them gun. So what are they talking about? That's a plain excuse. I don't want to buy that. The government is talking about. George Weah came to power. The first thing he did was what? Boom. Du Plessis office. Nasri building. Junior, I was going to how they call it? University on Asman Street. What they call it? UMU. That morning I was going to teach. I saw Nasri building falling down. Boom, a surface reconditioning or remodeling, whatever the best word is. So that's a serious president that you think keen to fight corruption in the country. They were corruption king. The king Kong of corruption was George Weah government. That other boy was washing a car with champagne. We saw that. Okay. Samuel Tweeden were dancing with money. Koji were just came from the one bedroom, according to Garrison here, Unity Party, another spokesperson of Unity Party.
You defend me, get defend my man.
No, I'm not. So, Garrison then, Koji came from nowhere, building side surfacing. They caught him with 250,000 in his car. All of those things was happening in the country. Did Joe Weah ever remove somebody from position? No. Everybody were princess, my princess, king charge. They all were dancing together. That was not serious matter government. Joseph Newman Boakai government, yes. Is it all well? No. I'm out of defending of Joseph Boakai government? No.
Yes.
But the thing is, at least we are seeing some progress. He has removed some people from position. And corruption in Liberian government, Junior, it will never finish. But we can minimize it if we had a leader that stand on and say, you know what, I will never do that. It will. But Liberia, even a child can corrupt you. So at least let's see some actions going on. We did not see that in George Weah government. That's why some of us were really, really. But to be honest with you, to leave my last comment here. 2005, when we went to Brooklyn Center, actually in Minnesota, to play football. At that time, young men, I was a little bit younger, we were playing good football. George Weah came to practice with us. And after the practice, he said, "Oh, gentlemen, our country asked me to run for the presidency." And say, "Oh, Jesus Christ." With what was going on in the Republic of Liberia, I could not stand there and say, "Yes, it's good for you to go for that job." I think I was the first person, maybe first one that said to him, "Senior player, no, I don't think it's a good decision." I didn't. Since 2005 up to now, I had never supported CDC. Coming down to their way to Amanda, all of those things where I don't know where they get all the crazy words then from. They terrorized the country during that government. Liberia were terrorized. Everywhere you turn around, Junior, to my last comment, Amunya, I said, Munya, I don't know even know that thing. Amunya, I went to everywhere in the country. It was a Munya government, a way to government, nothing. Go to Liberia right now. I'm not defending your way, this government, but where Amunya is, no way to. Things are kind of a little different in the country. Let's be honest here. So with that being said, I look forward to see my brother success tomorrow. I look forward to see you, Junior.
Thank you.
It has been a good show, and we look forward to go into depth tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We would have gone in depth with the SONA discussion tonight, but the Councillor network was giving some problem. Before we go to Pastor Success to take us home, I mean, the post-war Liberia, all of the leaders have heard, all of them. And I want to clearly say on here, all those that have served in political position before 2005 up to present, those people shouldn't be given any other opportunity again. Bringing Joseph Human Baka back, electing him as president, Josh Weah, the rest of the folks, they will not make any change. A wise man once said, you cannot want change and keep doing the same thing over and again, then you say you want to bring any other change. It's difficult, very, very difficult. But again, that's the kind of country we live in. Sometimes when people try to talk, they say, now, highest decision in the country comes from above, somewhere very high. I didn't used to believe that, but during the signing of the bill to establish the War and Economic Crimes Court in Liberia, the office, we saw Alan White in Liberia, in the Liberian Senate.
Yeah.
In the Liberian Senate.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked with this kind of landmark decision about to be made in our country. I was shocked. Are we ready, security wise? I would say no, we are not. If Burkina Beans can enter our country without immigration having records of them, what more about citizens that have lived in that place before, allegedly fought in every corner of the country, that knows in and out of the country? We are not safe. We are not ready for war crimes court. President Joseph Human Baka, is he perfect? No. Is he doing well? He's trying. But what's wrong with the FOIA project? Who gave that money for the FOIA project? Why is it that, there are no public account of that money? People only say, yes, it's meant to host regional leaders. Where did the money come from, President? Where? Who are the partners that give it to you? These are questions we need to ask. No answer to this question. It's difficult that Liberia will change. It will be difficult that we will change in Liberia. I will stop here on every UP lies. Let's hear you, Chief. Take us home.
Before I go ahead, I sent something in the chat room. It's a billboard. And when you put it up for me and let's read what on it, then I will end on that.
Just be going on with your thought. Let me try to get it for you, please.
All right. So, Sam, there's a saying that says, when you green, you green. You have to take to red or to take to blue. You are just completely a green surrogate, and we understand that. So you will do everything you can to dedicate the good work of President Weah. You're saying you do nothing, but Jeremiah Bank was in Grand a few days ago to dedicate a hospital. I know who better hospital. I know the person who better. He do nothing. But as we speak today, Riverside Gallup Referral Hospital, he do nothing. As we speak today, they all talked about a redemption hospital is about to be completed. He initiated, he started, it was over 50% when he left power. Today, Bapu is proud. Jared, do you want to read what is on our Bible?
I can do this, but I don't know how authentic this is. I don't know who produced this, but you send it to me. So let me.
I'll tell you the producer.
Okay, you send this to me. It says President Baka has dissolved the PPCC. All government purchases goes through Ministry of State. Recent procurement services, yellow machine, no PPCC process. 10 million FOIA project, no PPCC process. The Justice Complex, no PPCC process. VP Con 15 vehicles purchase, no PPCC process. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can take it out. So we are on this government. I prepare that billboard, and that's what I do. I even post on CDC hat in the chat room for you, one for Sam. You can print it out and wear right? You know, saying there, I don't want giving this country hard time. When the people they support is good, when they support you, it's not good. If we condemn President we are yesterday, or some of the action he took and some of the steps he took, we say we're not a good governance step. We even frown at him for appointing Mene Wunodoki. I was just on the show not too long. I admitted that President we was kind of lenient with his people, and I wanted to not land him into trouble. But everything about this government, our brother will defend it. Brother, that thing you just read, those projects you listed, show me one of them that went through the PBCC. The ministerial company says it's $20 million. I put a video in the chat room if you want, you can play it if you want. For the justice minister, he said they're not in the budget. They said they put $20 million in the arrest agenda. Because projects they are initiating that are not in our national budget, which is a law banning on the country, they put it in their arrest general. So they can go in their arrest general and then take money from there and use it. And that's why they're taking the money from using it for your project. But we come on this kind of show. The office of the vice president procured 15 vehicles without procurement process. The yellow machine we talk about with the all historical yellow machine. There is no procurement process for it in our country. As far when it started, they say it was a good gesture from President Boubacar friend. On and on, it came from good gesture. Now it came to 80 million. From 80 million today, we're discussing $27 million for the same quantity of yellow machine. Yet we sit on this show and send one for us to believe that this government is proceeding well. That's not fair to our country. It's not fair. The government took power in less than 2 weeks. They were inking jaw, killing our people just because the people stood up against a bad labor party that was carrying on inking jaw against a concession company they're calling or whatever money they call them. People died over there in Georgia regime. Do you see police going on carrying police brutality and brutalizing people and the rest of it? No. Yeah, you may say auditor died. We are always referring to them auditor according to the Liberian law. Auditor are in the they are within the confirm. I mean the proximity of the National Auditing Bureau. The people that die, they never came from the Auditing Bureau, but you're calling auditor today. He made mention about Rwanda. Do you know things that happen in Liberia? The kind of high level investigation person we are carrying on. 15 or 25 million more per FSI and how you call it, quote unquote, fake 16 billion that you got missing from Liberian economy, and the economy is not going to collapse. President, we are called the Chrome, whatever they call it, and the Chrome auditing firm from the US. Yeah, they did that auditing. Yeah, they said money was 17 million were infused in the economy, though the process was not in line with law. It was wrong, but it was actually infused. You still did not believe it. You lied to us as a 50. We have harvested 3 boys kidney to so they can win second term. Today, this government cannot talk about those boys because they say the case was investigated and the facts were established. You're accused of killing those auditors. You're 3 years into your government. Now, what you're waiting for to prosecute people for the killing of those auditors? Why you're waiting for? The lies are too much. You're continuing to lie. You're continuing to lie. So I will just end on this. I will end on this. Like Comrade Yeru said, how long? And I entered year 3, year 4, 5, and 6 in Liberia. Nana developmental year or a political year. We took power here in less than 3 months. You were at the warehouse, wrote a long petition telling the US government to sanction the CDC government. They should not work with us. All right. 2029 is right here. The Liberian people will decide from what they're going through The maltreatment you're giving them, beating civil service because they advocated that the road management contract from Honor Transport Ministry is not supposed to be so. As you're beating, they were bleeding all over at the Capitol building there. Those same people will go for you. They will go for you. But for Nima County, you forget it. We're not ready yet. Not campaign time. The Ome your KO, and your pressure ride will walk around until he died. We're coming for you in Nima County.
Thank you.
No. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Sam Saras Balier. Thank you for being here tonight. Pastor Success A.B. Dennis, thank you also for being here tonight. It's been a wonderful, wonderful conversation with all of you. And thank you to all of our followers too who have been following the show this evening. It's been a wonderful time being with you guys here. Tomorrow we're going to be here and our guests will be announced in the chat room. Have a blessed good night. Stay safe.
Thank you.